So the summer transfer window is currently heating up. So I thought I'd do a video about me ranking all of the summer transfers of this season so far. Tell me down below, what do you think is the best and the worst signing? And let's get stuck in. Yo, do you play FIFA 22? Yeah. Is your team bang average? You absolute pathetic piece of... You're saying that to the viewers? No, obviously. Ah, okay. I mean you. Do you face teams like this?
You can't keep getting away with it!
Do you know there's a way to get coins? Why are you shouting at me? Then go to userbuy.com for the cheapest and most reliable place to buy your coins on FIFA 22. Link is down below in the description. And also use code Vizeh at checkout to get a discount. So we've got a tier list of a good variety of... some signings that have been done, some that maybe not done yet, but is looking likely. So the likes of Frankie de Jong from Man United is in it, even though he's not confirmed yet. It's looking likely that he probably would go, because I don't think Barcelona can really afford him, but you never know, I guess. But yeah, apparently that is a possibility still, so I'll rank it based on the fact that if he's still there or not. So yeah, but most things are here, like Richarlison at Spurs, Di Maria to Juventus, to Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal, Lukaku Inter, etc, etc. So I have got my categories here, which is trophy contenders, which basically means that, you know, they will basically be challenging for trophies with this signing, helping massively, or in the bin, which is like the guy will probably flop completely. So tell me your thoughts down below, and let's go. First one of the easiest ones here, and that is going to be Lukaku. He's just going to probably rack up 25 goals, 30 goals in Serie A this year. It's worked before, it's going to work again. The guy's going to get minimum 25 goals in the Serie A. It's just a different league, and he just suits it much more. So he's gonna instantly come in and probably win into the title. Like, this is a massive signing for them, and I just cannot believe that he's gone on a loan deal after already being paid for one. Like, they literally Inter received 100 million quid and then got him back again, basically for like free. I mean, not free, but like, you know, a couple of wages here and there. But like, it's actually a joke, man. Next up is gonna be Perisic at Spurs. I'm gonna say that it will be an instant impact because it's Conte, bro. Conte, like, Perisic and Conte is the most, like, literally, it's just predictable as hell, isn't it? Like, you just know what's going to happen. And you know that in his system, he's going to thrive. He's a workhorse. People may say of his age, for players like Perisic, man, he knows what to do. Is disciplined in a Conte system. You know, we've seen Conte make Victor Moses, bro, look like a world beater, for God's sake. So Perisic, don't you worry about him. So Perisic, yeah, I think I got really good high expectations for Spurs this season, and I think Perisic is a shining example of what is there to come. Gabriel Jesus at Arsenal, while we are also in North London. And I'm going to say for Gabriel Jesus, it's going to be instant impact. I don't think it'll be trophy contenders, mainly because I just don't know if they have the rest of the team ready to go on and win, like an FA Cup or League Cup. They do, maybe on their day. Issue is, I don't think the team has enough depth that they will go and win a trophy this year. I think their main aim this year is really just try to get top 4, which will be a big challenge, but Gabriel Jesus is huge. He's a huge player that will definitely blend in well in that system that they got going at, you know, at Arsenal, and he will do really well there. I think minimum at least will be in the Premier League, probably 15 goals, because I feel like he'll be like looking to be one of their main men, and at City he wasn't really their main man. Next up, I'm gonna go for a bit of Adeyemi at Dortmund. Oh, bro, this is such a FM signing, literally, bro. This is such a football manager signing. Adeyemi's got the potential, as we've seen in many FM and FIFA saves. Of course, obviously, one for the future. We're going to have to find out. I don't think he's going to break out much this year. Maybe next year, you may see him have a few goals in the Cups and so on and so forth, but I don't think he's going to completely, like, smash it instantly. But maybe only time can tell. But, yeah, obviously, one for the future. Next up is going to be, I mean, Paul Pogba is also, like, just going to be a very good piece of business. I actually forget how good Juve may actually be this year, because they got Di Maria and also Pogba there, actually. It may not be actually that much of a sure thing with Inter to go on and win the Scudetto. Juve with Vlahovic as their goal scorer, and then they're going to have Lukaku at Inter. That's going to be a real good battle, actually. Pogba is gonna thrive in Serie A. He is. It suits his kind of play style. It is a bit more slower, and he may have a bit more time on the ball. And I think he'll be a lot more freer over there as well. It will be very interesting to see the battle in Serie A. And AC Milan, they need to like get some like good business in, because it's gonna be tough next year. Who's next? Tchouaméni from Monaco to Real Madrid. I think, I mean, obviously it's one for the future. I don't think it'll be a instant impact just because of how good the midfield already is. I think it'd be like a Camavinga where like he will be on the bench for a chunk of the year, may play like the rotational type of games against like lower opposition, and then, you know, maybe halfway through the year, you may see him a few more times in like the Champions League, get to give him like, you know, a good chance there as well. But very exciting midfield for the future for Real Madrid. You've got Chouamani, Camavinga, Valverde. I mean, that's basically like their midfield sorted for the next decade, essentially, which is insane business by Real Madrid. So it's one for the future. I think we'll have like a Camavinga type of year where like he will just basically be like a bench player, but then we'll get his moments and he probably will take them. Next up is going to be the likes of, you know what, let's go for Darwin Núñez. I think a lot of people are being harsh to him. I think people are being harsh. I think Núñez is a player which has a lot of different opinions depending on who you ask. Some people really rate him. People think that he's a bit of a donkey. Some people saying that he's absolutely worth the price. I think it is quite harsh that everyone just attaches a price tag to him when like that's not his own fault. Like, people are gonna add that added pressure to him, which is really harsh. Like when like Salah joined and Mane and Firmino, there were no added pressure when he first joined. Núñez is joining and instantly becoming like the main guy. Even like Luis Diaz last year or Diogo Jota, no one really looked at him and thought, oh yeah, this is like the next big thing. No, like they just come in to be like exciting players, and they have been exciting players. Núñez has got this instant like sort of weight onto him, which I feel like may actually harm him. I kind of feel like for at least the first half of the season, I feel like he's gonna do okay, but I don't think he's gonna be instant success. So I kind of feel like with Núñez, it's more for one for the future. I don't think he's going to absolutely set the world alight instantly. I think that he's going to take a bit of time to kind of bed into the Premier League and bed into the system that they have at Liverpool. I do think that he will be good for them in the future. I just think for this 1 year, I feel like he's going to have a bit of a transitional learning curve season. That's kind of how I feel like with Núñez. I feel like he won't be a instant success. But maybe I'm wrong. But that's kind of how I feel of Núñez right now. But I still think he's a good player. Calvin Phillips at City. I mean, it's a good piece of business, but I don't think it's instant impact. Like I don't think he's an instant impact signing. He's technically, for me, still one for the future. I feel like because their midfield is so packed, he's a fantastic rotational player. But I feel like for lots of signings at City, like Grealish last year, like Rodri, like Gundogan, in their first year, they kind of look a bit out of place. They kind of struggle a little bit. Well, maybe not struggle, but maybe not reach the expectations that people have on them. And I think when Phillips, because of how packed the midfield is, I don't think he'll be seen as, you know, a sure thing to even start. He'd be more of a rotational, you know, very good depth player, you know, when they're playing in the Cups or Champions Leagues or so on and so forth. That'd be where he comes in. So I think for him, he's also seen as one for the future, and I don't think he'll make an instant impact, because typically City signings, for me, they don't really make an instant impact unless they are absolutely insane. And we got Haaland to go into later on. Up next, let's go for team overseas. Let's go pick Gravenberch at Bayern Munich. I mean, talk about FM signings, man. I mean, do I think it's an instant impact? I think it will be. I think it will be. In that midfield, I feel like it's very exciting. And I feel like he has a spot in that midfield that he can already go into. And it's going to be absolutely beautiful to see Bayern Munich in the future, because he got some very exciting signings this window. And this guy with Mazuri as well, I believe, the wing back, and also Mane, who's a bit, of course, older, but very exciting at Bayern Munich. And they're going to be hopefully moving on and cracking on to try to get another Champions League. We got Origi to AC Milan. I didn't even know this, actually. Is Origi the man to win the Serie A for AC Milan? I think only time can tell, I think, when it comes to Origi. I don't know if he's that kind of guy to be in the Vlahovic, Lukaku level. Okay, let's pick things up here. So, Rudiger to Real Madrid. Instant impact. They need centre-backs, and Rudiger is a fantastic centre-back. Simple as that, really. There's not much really to say. I think that he will instantly go in and do a job immediately. Kessie? Is it Kessie or Kessie? At Barcelona. And it's a weird signing, because I feel like, you know, does he really suit that Barcelona style of football? That, you know, possession, passing kind of football. I don't know if he really suits that style. But of course, with the money they spent, he's of course going to come in and, you know, kind of aim to be a starter for them. I don't know with Kessie. I don't know if he's going to instantly come in and then do bits. I don't know. Like, I've kind of got my question marks just because it's Barcelona. Like, just because it's Barcelona, I just have my doubts because because they've not got a good track record. I kind of think time can tell because I just don't know. I know that he's a good player, but can he really suit the way they want to play football? And I don't know. I think it's just because it's Barcelona. I have my question marks in terms of the players they bring in and how they blend into a system because he seems to be really poor at doing that. Di Maria at Juve, well, actually, I think he may actually be trophy contenders of a signing where I think he's going to bag many goals, like a lot of goals next year. Di Maria in Serie A just kind of feels like a match made in heaven. Kind of feels like that kind of style of football that they have over there. He's going to thrive for Juve and become pretty much their main man, and hopefully opening up the chances for Vlahovic to really take, because they really need that kind of like attacking threat, which they kind of lacking, especially last season. Next up is going to be let's go for Haaland. Will Haaland have an instant impact, or will he maybe have a bit of a okay first year? I mean, it's just trophy contenders. Let's be real here. Like, Haaland, this isn't a guy who's like just been about for like a year. He's been about for like 3 years now, and in Champions League, or anytime that we've seen him, he looks like he's above and beyond. Like, there's a reason why there's a Haaland, v Mbappe comparisons. There's a reason why that's a thing, because he is that level of player and he is that level of talent. The only question marks is, I guess, the injury proneness of him in terms of, is that really a thing? I have to find out. But yeah, when it comes to Haaland, with the way that Man City plays and the way that they're going to create so many chances for him and the quality of chances, it's going to be absolutely insane. You just cannot see a world where he doesn't just set the world alight. I think that he won't be absolutely like Ballon d'Or level, ability instantly, but I do feel like comfortably in the all competitions, comfortably 30 goals. Another great piece of business, which I feel like people really underestimate how good he really is, which is quite annoying for me, but it's going to be Raheem Sterling, Chelsea. Very good. Very, very good. Now, I don't know if he's going to be top goal scorer. I don't know exactly where he may play in the system, if he does play out wide and then maybe Havertz be in the middle, because they have so many attacking players. I don't know exactly which side they want him to be. I presume he'd be a left winger almost, or left forward. But Sterling to Chelsea is very, very smart. And I think people really don't really rate Sterling the way that he should do. They just kind of say that, he's at City, so of course he's going to get chances. But it's like, you can see it about everyone. It's like saying like, Messi only does well at Barca because he gets so many chances at Barcelona. It's like, really? Like, it's just really harsh. I think Sterling will be a very good signing for Chelsea. I think that he will be a success. Now, of course, there are some players here that I'm not aware of. So, like, there's like the lads here from like Napoli and Lazio. I'm sorry. Let's do United. Let's do Frankie de Jong, right? Frankie de Jong, Man United. I mean, if he does join United, then it will be instant impact. I don't know if he's the type of player that, if he does join, that it will be like, I think he needs more help. I think with De Jong, I think that if he does join, and I still don't even know if he will join, that's the thing. But if he does join, which it's looking like they are really pushing for it still, continuously, which knowing United probably means that they probably won't get. I still think they need more help. I still think De Jong isn't enough. They still need him and like someone else in midfield with him to help him. Because I kind of feel like with De Jong, I feel like he is a more of a luxury type of player where like he's great in the right system when it's going well. Almost kind of similar to a Paul Pogba. Like when he plays for France, it's all prepared for him. He's got quality around him. He's got support around him to help him and to make him thrive. With United, De Jong, it could almost be like a Pogba situation again where like he still needs more help with him. He needs a proper six next to him, a more defensive, pure like workhorse ball winning midfielder next to him to really like let him thrive and give him the space to open up and move the ball forward. So De Jong himself for me would not be enough. They need someone else, and I know they're linked to Lisandro Martinez, so let's find out if that happens too. If they end up in a world get Martinez and also De Jong, then I would be quite impressed by that, and that will give me some hope that they can crack on and at least get top 4 and at least maybe go for one of the cups. Next up here is going to be Richarlison at Spurs. And I think it's going to be, I like it because it has great depth into the attack, which, you know, if they want to go on and try to win a trophy this year or secure top 4, Richarlison is great because it will kind of give Kane or one of the wingers like Lucas Moura or Kulusevski, it gives them that kind of freedom where like they can rotate a lot better and it has quality all around. It's a great piece of business. I don't know if he'd be like a main starter. I don't know what the tactics are, or if he's just a rotational player. As of right now, like, is it going to be Son, Kane, and Kulusevski with Richarlison as like a rotational player? We're going to find out. But it's going to be, I think it's instant impact in terms of the fact that I don't know if he's the main man, but it's great quality and depth. And it's a great, smart piece of business. Sadio Mane at Bayern Munich, which, I mean, he's shown time and time again. I mean, technically, he just has to be trophy contender, just because it's Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. You know, Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga, they're pretty much already guaranteed to win the league anyway. And with Sadio Mane there, I know they've got, you know, Lewandowski looking like they're on their way out, so maybe he could be their new number 9 almost, you know, to be in that centre forward role potentially. We've got to find out. It's just going to be enjoyable for him. I feel like in the Bundesliga, I feel like Mane will have a lot of fun. I mean, some of these I just don't really know. I feel like that Fabio Vieira at Arsenal is a weird piece of business. Like, for me, that's like only time can tell. That Fabio Vieira, I don't know much about it, I'll be honest. I kind of feel like it's a really weird signing. Like, it kind of came out of nowhere. It could be amazing for all I know, but I kind of feel like it will be one of those that you may look back at and think, did they really need to sign him? Sula to Dortmund, from Bayern to Dortmund. Probably is an impact. They need centre-backs, and he's got more than enough experience to probably be a solid centre-back for the Bundesliga. Again, is that enough to go and challenge? Probably not, but maybe for a cup, you never know. I mean, hopefully they keep Bellingham, and if they do, then you never know what may happen. Next up, Missouri at Bayern. Very good piece of business. One for the future, I feel like, because they've got so many starting players already at Bayern. So keep an eye on him. Vitinha at PSG. Of course, one for the future. Exciting young Portuguese talent. But, I mean, to get into the team at PSG, it's going to be quite impressive and hard to do. So I think he's obviously one for the future, really. Bissouma at Spurs. Just because, again, I trust Conte. I think he's a good player, and I think they do need help in midfield. And I think that he's got that dynamic style to his play that would help them out a lot. So, Bissouma, yeah, sure. You know what? I just back Conte. Like, any setting that Conte makes at Spurs, I back it just because I know that he knows what he wants. I know that he knows. You know what I mean? So, there you go, boys. That's my thoughts on the current signings for the year so far. Of course, there could be a few more. So, like, at some stage, you do, like, ranking, like, every single team's transfer window. So, tell me who you guys think is the best signing in the window and the worst. I don't think there's really any, like, bad ones. I mean, not that I've put down anyway. I'll see you guys next time for another video. And I'll see you guys next time for another video. Stay safe.